Good day, viewers. The Niger Junta has appointed a new prime minister. You'll have the details in this video. However, they shut up their airspace, as you know, since 2 days ago to avoid any interference, especially military air from the threat ECOWAS has been threatening. And also, they did not stop there. They have acquired new drone and other military equipment, but I'm sure it's from the Wagner and private military company of Russia. Also, Mali and Guinea has also brought some military equipment in Niger. ECOWAS, in the other hand, has been furious since day before yesterday that the Niger Junta defied their order. And ECOWAS has fixed on Thursday. They convened a meeting, and part of the paragraph in the communique they used to convene the meeting is that they are going to strategize on how to carry out military action. But till Thursday, let's see how the meeting is going to be. Niger's military junta appointed a transitional prime minister on Monday, August 7, as per a decree which was read on national television, says reports in local media. Ali Lamina Zene will now lead the caretaker government as a prime minister. The development has come more than a week after a military coup toppled President Mohamed Bazoum. Now let us look into the ECOWAS decision. There is already a tension following the ECOWAS decision to meet on Thursday after the Niger's junta defies key deadline and short airspace. But before then, Mali and Burkina Faso both have said that any military action that will be taken against the junta in Niger will be considered as the declaration of war against them. Leaders of West Africa Regional Bloc said on Monday that they would meet later this week to discuss next step after the Niger's military junta defied a deadline to reinstate the country's ousted president, while its mutinous soldiers closed the country's airspace and accused foreign powers of preparing an attack. The meeting was scheduled for Thursday in Abuja, the capital of neighboring Nigeria, according to a spokesperson for the ECOWAS bloc. The Niger State Television reported the junta's latest action Sunday night, hour before the deadline set by ECOWAS, which was one of using military force if the democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum is not returned to power. A spokesman for the coup leaders, Colonel Major Amadou Abdrahmane, noted the threat of intervention being prepared in a neighboring country and said Niger's airspace will be closed until further notice. Any attempt to fly over the country will be met with an energetic and immediate response. The junta also claimed that 2 Central African countries were preparing for an invasion but did not name them. It called on Niger's population to defend the nation. However, the United States said on Monday that it is still possible to put an end to the coup through diplomacy. It is still possible. We believe that the junta should withdraw and allow President Mohamed Bazoum to resume his duties, State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller told the reporters. The use of force is a solution of last resort for ECOWAS, said Matthew Miller, adding that the United States was focused on finding a diplomatic solution. The coup toppled Bazoum, whose ascendancy was Niger's first peaceful democratic transfer of power since independence from France in 1960. The coup also raised questions about the future of the fight against extremism in Africa, Sahel region, where Russia and Western countries have vied for influence. International airlines have begun to divert flights from around Niger, which the United States and others had seen as the last major counter-terrorism pattern in the Sahel, south of the Sahara Desert, where groups linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group are expanding their influence. Is the region divided? This is the question so many people are asking. But also on Monday, Mali said it and Burkina Faso, both neighboring of Niger, run by military juntas, as I said before. They sent delegations and both declared their support for Niger juntas, and they are reinstating it day after day, that any country that will attempt any action against Niger will be considered as the declaration of war. But so many people have fought the military intervention plan because majority of Africans said it will bring insecurity and insurgencies more than they could think. The The regional tension have mounted since Niger coup nearly two weeks ago. So this issue is now growing, and before we know, it will be up to 2 months. These mutinous soldiers are still detaining Bazoum. They have installed General Abdurrahman. He is now the current man going for all these issues and giving orders. Who is this man? He is the former head of the Presidential Guard. As head of state, analysts believe the coup was triggered by a power struggle between Chani and the president, who was about to fire him. But is that true? Time will tell. It was not immediately clear that ECOWAS leaders will do now. The region is divided on a course of action. There was no sign of military forces gathering at Niger's border with Nigeria, the likely entry point by land. Nigerian Senate has pushed back on the plan to invade, urging Nigerian President, the bloc's current chair, to explore options other than the use of force. ECOWAS can still move ahead as final decision made by consensus by member states. Guinea and neighboring Algeria, which is not an ECOWAS member, have come out against the use of force. Senegal's government has said it will participate in a military operation if it went ahead. And Ivory Coast has expressed support for the bloc's effort to restore constitutional order. The junta does not appear interested in negotiation. An ECOWAS delegation sent to Niger last week for hours of talks was not allowed to leave the airport and met only with the Chinese representatives. The junta has also asked for help from the Russian mercenary group Wagner, which operates in a handful of African countries including Mali, according to Wazim Nasser, a journalist and senior research fellow at the Sofon Center. The United States official says they are still able to communicate with Bazoum and that their most recent contact was Monday. Two officials said the administration of the US President Joe Biden intends to maintain both a diplomatic and military presence in Niger for the foreseeable future. The administration is still weighing whether the developments amount to a coup, according to the officials who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss private diplomatic discussions. They said there was still time for Niger's military leader to reverse course. If the United States determines that a democratically elected government has been toppled by unconstitutional means, federal laws requires a cut-off of most American assistance, particularly military aid. The United States Secretary Antony Blinken wrote on Twitter. He tweeted, "The provision of the United States assistance to the government of Niger depends on democratic governance and respect for constitutional order. We are pausing certain foreign assistance orders."
Niger